All right. Okay. So we are starting our October meeting. My name is Amanda Rebecca. If I have never met any, people on this call, I am one of the leaders on team Beautifully Polished. And like I said, Debbie is away today. So we agreed just to hop on and kind of go through some of the things that we had talked about. And this is actually primarily a corporate training, which is really cool. So this is the monthly one, and it was really good. So we did very little we felt like that needed to be tweaked. It definitely has a lot of really great information. So I want to go ahead and get started and be mindful of everybody's time. You guys know the meetings, we are responsible for always going over the earnings statement, just because you never know what claims are being made. And we always want to be upfront. You might be a new stylist, seasoned stylist. But if you're interested in the income disclosure and have not checked it out yet, please do so. Okay, so I want to start with rank promotions, PV goals, all of that good stuff. So I don't have all of the information because I'm not Debbie. But what I do want you guys to do is in the chat, I would love for you to share if you hit a certain rank promotion, if you hit a PV goal. So I'm not necessarily going to do like the top PV for our team, but I just thought it'd be really fun to see what goals everybody has been setting and hitting. So was your goal to qualify and you hit it or exceeded? Was your goal for 1,000 PV, et cetera? So I don't know if I feel like, oh, here's the chat. So if you guys could drop it in the chat, we can kind of cheer each other on that way. If anybody wants to shout out a special thing that they hit, or if they hit a rank, you're welcome to unmute yourself and do that. So we just want to spend a minute or two just kind of celebrating a really strong September and getting excited for a great October. So let's see it in the chat. What'd you guys hit? Let's see. Yay. Oh my gosh. PV 3,800. Team leader. Anyone want to shout anyone else out that you know is on the call? I can't see participants and do this all at once. So highest group.
No, she's, I don't know if she's on our call or not, but Diane Johnson, who's only been with us since the end of July, has hit all her jump starts. And in September, she ranked up to elite stylist and sold personally over $1,300.
Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, I see a lot coming in. Elite stylist, enhanced commission, which is awesome. 600 or more, as you guys know, is enhanced commission. That's awesome. Yay, lots of promotions, lots of goals. So I want to challenge you guys to share a goal in the comments for this month. So we're actually catching October pretty early. It's only October 3rd. What are some of your goals this month? It can be it doesn't even have to be number related, but you should have it quantifiable. So if it's to reach out to 3 people a day, if it is to hit, $700 in PV, if it is, to enroll a new teammate, invite someone to the business. I know, a lot of us have been trying to get out the lipstick, and it's so far, I've had a lot of favorable feedback from my personal customers. And so I know that's dropping the seeds for even more, if somebody's looking for some extra income. So go ahead and drop it in the comments, what your goals are. Yay, 2 in-person parties, points for Jamaica. Ooh, Battle of the Hostess, nice. CMPV goals, rank goals. I've never done a Battle of the Hostess. I feel like maybe I'm missing out. We'll have to do a whole thing on that. I'd love to learn more about that. I know what it is. I just really haven't done it myself yet. Senior team leader. All right. That is awesome. Keep them coming, you guys, because we're going to post some challenges to you guys. We're going to share some information that will help you guys to really maximize the season, because October, September is always great for us simply because of our launches. We're coming right off of fall. Halloween is typically very popular, and it seemed to be last month. We obviously had the kits launched today, which were really exciting and unexpected. And then of course, October is traditionally when our holiday collection launches. And it's kind of the start of the shopping season. So we just really, if there's a time to maximize and earn some money, it's now. If it's time, the time to share the business. A statistic was shared the other day, and then I looked it up. I can't remember who the original poll was, but over 70% of Americans are reporting wanting to earn additional income, which is a huge number. 70%, that blew me away. So there are people out there looking for ways to earn extra income. So think about that. How can you share the business? How can you get new leads? How can you get bookings? And that's really what we're going to be focusing on today. Bank of America. Yes. Thank you, Dar. Yeah, 70%. It totally blew me away. So just think about, even if you don't have any set goals right now, what your goals could be. And hopefully by the end of this meeting, you would be able to share something. Even if you don't want to share it here, share it with an upline, share it with a spouse, share it with your, daughter. I don't like to share my stuff with my daughter, just so she can hold me accountable. Just anybody that you can then share in a week, how you're moving towards that goal. Upline, downline, sideline. There's so many people that would be there to support you. We would definitely love to hear them. So, all right, let's keep her going here. Okay, so these are just some announcements from corporate, and just reminding you kind of what we have for the month so far. Obviously, the breast cancer, and that is launching tomorrow, right? Am I right, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was thinking yes, but I didn't want to say it and then be wrong. So awesome. So we're our breast cancer awareness sets. We have 2. We have Standing Strong, which is not a traditional French, because it's actually meant to wear the tip over the pink, which is how it's shown in the image. There is no clear overlay, but you can of course recommend to a customer clear as day. So if they really want that look on top, sometimes it's hard to have that ridge where the tip is, recommend clear as day. Or, clear as day, remember, we get 2 packages for every one. So it might be a nice little gift, for somebody who is purchasing that set. So I think it's really cool because it's unique and something we haven't done before. And then of course we have Power of Pink. And share that. People love, and we, I know sometimes when you buy things, you're not even sure if the money's going towards causes, right? Like, I know I feel that way. There's so much pink in October, and I think, is this really going towards anything, good? And we know for sure that it is. So it's definitely the time to share all of the amazing causes that we've partnered with, foundations, etc. Our hostess set, I think, is amazing because it's totally different. And I think it'll definitely speak to some people that really want this type of set. So be sure to share it. That's something that we're going to talk about later. Remember, this is available for anybody that has 3 orders of 150 or more. I know some of my best customers, I've just been encouraging to have their own links and share them with friends. Some I've done actual parties with, and some I haven't, but they've purchased, over time themselves because they like to buy regularly anyway, and they've been earning hostess rewards. So just definitely share it out. Might be something that somebody really wants to earn. Yeah, I can't wait to get it either, Dar. And then I just talked about it, but our Halloween DIY kit, I think, is so creative. I mean, I've had a couple customers today. I actually haven't even bought one for myself yet, but I definitely want that overlay. I think is so cool. I know that's really what is getting my attention, but yes, it's an incredible value. $25 for, 2 sets of 6, 1 full set of French tips. I mean, it really is a great bang for the buck. And even though it doesn't really have anything to do with our subscription boxes, it's a way to start kind of teasing out this idea of getting this little DIY kit. So I hope it's available, Abby, too, because I haven't even gotten on yet. Double enroller and awards. So October new join. So this is for the enroller, not the enrollee. So earn double enroller rewards. So the jumpstart that you typically get, it's doubled. So you're getting $50 every time that your new enrollee hits a jumpstart. And this is for anybody that enrolls in October. It's for their jumpstart period. So if I'm the enroller, Susie enrolls with me, then every time Susie hits a jumpstart, I get, instead of 25, I get $50. So it's more incentive to help those new stylists get a really strong start. Like you don't need one already. I think we all know when we enroll somebody, our goal obviously is to help them be successful, right? That's the whole point of sharing the business. But this just gives us a little bit of extra incentive, which I think is really cool. I don't know if they're going to do other DIY kits. That's a great question. I just know that with the subscription boxes coming, it's hopefully something that I think they would do these types of sets in the future in a subscription box. Maybe not this many, or, obviously this is very specific to a holiday, but I think this gives an idea of, and getting customers this idea that they can watch a video and look at a little tutorial to do some simple manis, some more complex manis, and be able to open these smaller packages. So yes, I can't wait for the subscription boxes as well. Okay, let's keep going. Set your fall promotion plans. So as a reminder, there's some transition going on for the compensation plan for October. Senior team leaders and directors, there is no fourth leg requirement still. And senior director through senior executive, the fourth leg is 2 ranks lower than what will be required. So this is through the end of the year, I believe. And then the full compensation plan will start in January. And definitely ask your leader if you guys have specific questions, because it definitely can be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to turn it over for Dina. I think she's going to share some, and then Dina, I'll pop into here and there if you don't mind.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, friend. That was awesome. All right. So this part of the training is called the power of new for your business. They always share with us, the more people we talk to, the more we share our polish in front of new people, the better it is for our business. Okay, so some of the things we'll cover: finding your new, building and keeping connections through service, and then booking beauty socials and party challenge. I love this graphic. It reminds me of how we always talk about the funnel or the pipeline, where we're always looking for those leads everywhere. And that is so important for growing and sustaining our business. Okay, so where do we find the new? Everyone's like, okay, yes, I want to talk to new people. How do I make this happen? And if you want to screenshot any of these slides, or you want to jot down some notes, that might be helpful. Color 10 is something that we've heard for a while, Color 10 weekly. How do we do that? How do we come in contact with 10 new people a week? That could be from referral, fundraisers, the Power of 10 worksheet, networking groups, and vendor events. Okay, so as far as referrals go, this is something that I just recently started saying, and I've been with Color Street for over 5 years now. So there's always things that we can add in and that we can improve on. And this is one of the things that I'm trying to improve on, asking for referrals. So I try to say to people, if you know anyone who might be interested, or you think someone might be, looking for something new to try, asking for those referrals is huge, because, we have a far reach. People through social media, through their friends group, through their family, people compliment their nails, compliment their new lipstick, anything like that. And giving, sharing our contact information is great. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to say, hey, if you know somebody, I would love the gift of a referral. Some people even have a referral program where they'll say, if you refer X amount of people, they might share some polish or do some fun incentives. Some people recognize their customers who refer new contacts, and they may do something special for them as a thank you. And if you go into Connect the Dots or any of our Tuesday trainings, there are all sorts of great things shared with referral programs. And that is something I would like to look into as well. And then this is one that I love. Ask your customers to post their nail fees on their personal page, tag you in it, even sharing the name of your Facebook group. We always want people to post their nail fees in our VIP groups. Often we do a monthly drawing, which I'm actually doing tonight after this call. But having them post on the personal page reaches more people. And if you put the @ sign, or they put the little @ sign, and then the name of your Facebook group, it creates a live link. And then they can share your Facebook group. They can share your name by tagging you in it. So that is a fantastic way to get referrals. And then fundraisers. We have so many foundation strips, and using those foundation strips to create fundraisers, asking customers if they would like to do a fundraiser. I've done a number, maybe 3 or 4 fundraisers, and I've met a lot of people through these fundraisers. And again, in Connect the Dots and in Tuesday trainings, there are a lot of great tips on doing fundraisers.
Yeah, and real quick, Dina, I just wanted to share, you guys, these people for referrals, a lot of times are the ones that you've asked for nail bars, you know,
Yeah.
and that, or recently had a nail bar. So, you know, think of those types of people, VIP members who have told you no 10 times, but you say,
Yeah.
would you mind posting this? And even asking them, just asking great customers, do you know anyone who loves lipstick? We've gotten great reviews, you know, just trying to get that word out there.
Yes. Okay, the power of 10. I love this sheet. I am definitely going to be printing this off. I have not used it. It says, be intentional about where you are going and who you can begin conversations with. And then this is something that you can print off, or you can certainly take a piece of paper and recreate this and create this list of where do I go, who do I see, and what do I know? I can tell you personally, every week I look at what I'm doing for the week. Today I had a dentist appointment after school. I have an eye doctor appointment this week, and I'm always looking at who will I come in contact with. And I always have a different dental technician. I always leave her with samples. When she gives me my toothbrush and toothpaste, I give her samples and thank her. So I'm always thinking of who am I going to come in contact with. So look at your week and think about who you might see. And those are the people that you can share. You know, we always want to make sure our nails look good and then segue into those conversations and just building those relationships. But this PDF is awesome. I will definitely be brainstorming a list. Networking groups. This is definitely something, you know, in person and then of course online. I know, for example, sometimes when I'm thinking of a group I want to join, like Parent Club, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty busy. Do I really want to do Parent Club? Yes, I want to be involved. I want to pour back into my kids' school. And I also think I'm going to be meeting a lot of people, you know, so I have the two-sided reason that I want to join. Of course, it's to, you know, give back, but it's also, I want to meet new people. I want to continue networking. I want to continue growing. I was saying to my husband the other day, side note, I'm a class sponsor. And then the other sponsor is a gentleman, a teacher, guy teacher. And then I met his wife at the homecoming game on Friday. And I was like, I'm going to send her a pack of polish and thank her for being a part of our homecoming event. So that was how I was networking. I was looking at being a class sponsor and then with a coworker and then his wife I can connect with. So look at different, you know, networking groups within your own, you know, community, within your own job. It shows even like Chamber of Commerce. I remember Jackie said she was looking into that in Florida, entrepreneur groups, hobby interest groups. If you love to sew or bake or cook, I know my sister has a Jeep and there's a whole Jeep community out there that has a Facebook group. Certain breeds of dogs, you know, I have a Shih Tzu. And so I know there are different groups as well. So network within your personal interests and reach out and create new connections. Pop-ups and vendor events. Okay, this is the season. People are shopping. They're looking for stocking stuffers. They're looking for Secret Santa gifts. They're looking for teacher gifts, coworker gifts. And so there are all sorts of vendor events and pop-ups. A pop-up is if, you know, I believe it's 8 pop-ups an establishment can have a year. So some people, you know, there might be like a coffee shop, and a lot of times they'll let you come in and set up a little table and a stand. That would be a pop-up because you're like the only one there typically. So people coming in and out, you can share samples, you can share polish, you can share your information. And some people do these pop-ups, you know, a couple times a year, and they're making these connections. And right now is the time to do it. Same thing with vendor events, holiday bazaars, craft shows. And then it shares right here that in the app, if you follow these steps, if you want to screenshot this, there are a lot of great trainings on vendor events, and Dar, one of your trainings is up here. So you guys will definitely want to see how Dar shares about her amazing vendor events. And you guys have seen her awesome PV. So this is excellent to take a look at. Her training at conference last year was incredible. People are still talking about it. So looking into our app to see those trainings is a great way. And if you're like, I've never done a vendor event, maybe this is a time to try one and to make those connections. They're really fun, and it's a great way to meet people. You know, you can always enroll off of a vendor event, book parties, and of course, sell polish. And then keeping connections through service.
Dina, you're muted.
How much was I muted?
Just now. I thought it was just me.
Thank you, Haley. Okay, new connections equals new opportunities. So we want no lead left behind. So this is definitely like when you do those vendor events and you get those lead slips and you're meeting people and they fill that out and they share like their name or their email, you always want to follow up with that. You always want to get to know people personally, make those connections, and sharing what would be best for them. You know, some people are like, if they can't afford something right now, or they're trying to scale back on spending, that would be great for them to host and to get those hostess rewards and to earn things for free, whether it's the lip line or our polish. And then of course, you know, making those connections. If someone's looking, like Amanda and Dar said, 70% of people are looking for an additional stream of income, you know, finding out what they might be looking for, personalizing it to them, making those connections is the way to go. And that is how we are able to grow this and constantly connect with new people. I don't do a lot of vendor events, but in the past, since May, so the past few months, I've enrolled 3 people from meeting them at vendor events. Because when you're talking with people and you're making the connection and you're sharing what you're doing and the opportunity, every chance we get, we should be sharing the opportunity. Because if 70% of people are looking for an additional, you know, income, whether it's small or whatever their goal is, we want to share this. We don't want to make the decision for them. We want to let them know, you know, how we fit this into our busy schedule, how we make this work, and share, and share. Okay, I really love this. This is a white glove service mindset. This is when you have impeccable customer service. You think of those servers with those white gloves. I always think of Disney and how Disney always has such great customer service. I always think of Chick-fil-A when they say things like my pleasure, sure thing, absolutely. You know, those are words that really stick with people. And I really notice that. And that's what we want to provide. Excellent service, attention, and care. You know, whether it's they're looking for a certain shade or color or a gift, or they had something with their order that might need to be exchanged. Anything we can do, absolutely, sure thing, no problem. How can I help you? I literally think about Chick-fil-A all the time because I love their customer service. Anybody else? I mean, it's amazing. And then it says follow up. You know, we know the fortune's in the follow up. That is something that I always am trying to improve on. I know I could be better. And it says to follow up after a lead, after a purchase, after a party, after they receive the product. And this is the key one, just because, you know, just reaching out. If you make a connection and you know that they just had a wedding or they just had a grandbaby, anything at all that you can make that connection with. Again, it's a relationship business. We want to provide great customer service because we know they could go anywhere for lipstick or nail polish. But when we provide great customer service, attention to detail, and, you know, the thank you, the handwritten thank you note, enthusiasm, and any sort of kindness that way, people remember that. I remember when I order things from other companies and I get a thank you note in the mail. And I remember when I don't. And so I will admit, when I first started Color Street, I did not do thank you notes. I just did a thank you post on Facebook. And I remember I was talking to Deb Meeks and she was talking about her thank you notes. And I was like, I don't really do thank you notes. And it made me just decide, like at that moment, okay, I need to do thank you notes. I ran to the dollar store, got a bunch of thank you notes. And in our print portal, print shop, they sell a bunch of great thank you notes. So that could be something you could add in. People love when they get some 2Z 2-finger testers in the mail with a thank you note. Throw in an alcohol prep pad. That's it. People had their day made by getting something fun in the mail that wasn't a bill. Okay, and then it says make personal connections. What 3 things do you know about them? Maybe you don't know much, but so you can ask them some questions. Like a lot of times when I say I went to Western and then we start talking about our college experiences, I'll say like, what was your major? This or that. Or I might say, I used to work at Wendy's. That was my first job. And then we start having that conversation about our first jobs. So it might take some asking questions, but get to know people personally. And it really does create great relationships. Okay, this is my favorite part. I love parties. I love a party challenge. October is such an epic month. Everybody gets in that shopping season mindset. We have so many great launches from today's, tomorrow's. Then we know at some point holidays coming up, Thanksgiving as well. I mean, we just have so much to offer, still hyping up College Polish and our fall catalog. So we have a lot to offer in October. So use those launches and just the fact that, of course, everybody's getting in that shopping mindset.
Yeah, and don't forget to use old launches. Like I'm really pushing back the Halloween because some people aren't thinking about it in September. The weather's changing. Right. It's getting cooler. I mean, we're in the midst of getting our Halloween decorations out. Start pushing that also now, like right at the beginning of the month, because there's plenty of time for them to get that stuff. So it doesn't always have to be a new launch. It can just be, using what we currently have on the site for sure.
And Amanda, and you can always add on if they haven't gotten their Halloween stuff. Thanksgiving's out now too, and they have those those accent packs with those really cute turkeys. So there's definitely a way to get in those next couple of holidays before we get that next, get into the Christmas season.
Right.
That is such a good point, April. And those are so cute. So yeah, definitely all of those launches. We have so many. And then of course the lip line, the nail care line, there's just so much to offer. I know personally, everybody is getting a lip balm from me for Christmas this year. Like this is going to be my gift for everyone. I might as well buy for myself. I might as well order these as my gift instead of going somewhere else. A lot of us have a $20 price point for gifts with maybe friends or Secret Santa. This is going to be mine. Okay. So
yeah. One of the things I wanted to, did you get the email from Emily today about the idea for a Halloween party with a do-it-yourself kits? So that can be an idea if you want to share that with, for the.
I didn't read her email yet. If you want to share it, I just saw that something came through and I was like, ooh, I can't wait to see what this is all about.
Yeah. So what she was thinking is for everyone that bought the kit, you come to this, you get a special invite to a party and you can dress up in your favorite Halloween costume. And she thought it was just a good idea that you could do either as a team or if you wanted to do it like in your own personal group, your VIP group, and then just have like a ghouls night in.
That is awesome.
Really fun. Yeah. And like, that was something that Kimberly Alexander had mentioned to me a while ago about having like a live girls' night in, like a happy hour kind of thing where you're all doing your nails. Cause some people need ideas about what they're going to do with that kit. And so, yeah. Anyway.
That's great. Thank you, Dara, because oh yeah, no, that's amazing. And really and truly, I'm not a creative person. And a lot of times I'll look at other people's manicures for ideas. So that's fantastic. And that could tie into a 30-minute or a 1-hour beauty social. That could be as a Facebook Live, that could be as a Zoom, that could be in person, which is amazing. It's so fun. If you've never done an in-person, that's what a lot of us did when we first started. Before we segued into a lot of Facebook after COVID. And then is this an All Stylist Tuesday training on October 11th? So every Tuesday we have the Tuesday trainings. So this is a good one. So I'll definitely be marking my calendar for that. But sometimes a shortened amount of time sharing the products is nice. You know, a lot of times we'll do a few days for a party or even a few weeks, but sometimes condensing it into a 30-minute or a 1-hour beauty social is short and sweet. That's a great way to go.
Yeah, and Dar, I love that idea that you said, Kimberly Alexander, with the doing your manis all at once. I've honestly never even thought of that, and that would be really fun to do with a teammate. And I know you mentioned
Yeah.
that gets my minds, rolling. And if everybody could invite a couple, do some quick little giveaways, and just have a good time. So thank you for sharing. I love that idea.
Yes.
I thought it was
I'll
a great
do
idea.
it.
I haven't done it yet, but
Another one of those ideas on my list.
Yeah. But that's great, Dar and Amanda. And we want everyone to know we've all been doing this for over 5 years, and we're still finding things we haven't tried, things that we want to do to, think outside of the box and to push ourselves to try new things. So there's always something. So don't feel overwhelmed like you have to do it all at once. Like, we're still learning. Right. We're still trying new things year after year.
And the training is at 11 a.m. Central Time. So 12 noon always. So all the times for Color Street are in Central Time. Someone was asking about the time.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was for Carol Ann. Okay, so this is some booking verbiage, and there are all sorts of ways that you can share and that you can ask. I know personally, when I'm thinking of who I'm going to reach out to, I look at whoever posts nail fees in my VIP group. If you've posted a nail fee, you're loving the polish enough to post it. So you're going to be on my list. I have a piece of paper where I write bookings, and I keep an ongoing list. If you've bought from me, I look at the people who've bought. I might go back 3 months. So I might go back, let's say, to July to see who bought, because they might need to replenish their stock. I also always go back to previous hostesses. I might look at a hostess from back in March for the spring catalog, and I might start there and reach out to previous hostesses. So, and then of course, if you're newer, you have your Franks list. Those are people you could reach out to as well. So I'm constantly adding to my list of who I want to reach out to for bookings. And they say statistically, if you reach out to 10, you should hear back from 1. So I like to have at least 4 or 5 parties every month as my minimum. So I would reach out to about 50 people for those bookings, just to kind of give you an idea of numbers. So this is an excellent booking script if you want to screenshot it. And then if you are not yet part of the Boards app, it is absolutely amazing. There are so many great scripts in there. There's so much great information. And this is in here as well. But the scripts in Boards, and, to be honest with you, a lot of times I do a voice message when I'm asking people to have a party, because I want them to hear my excitement through Messenger. So that's another way that you could do it. But this is definitely a great example as well.
Sorry, Dean. I was just going to put in the chat too, but I'll go ahead and say it, because I know sometimes the chat, it's hard to see if you're watching the recording. But I was also thinking like a mother, like spinning off of, Dar's, what she shared, that our manager or our regional manager or regional, whatever she is, shared with us. But you could do mother and daughter. That would be really fun, especially with the kits, because you can get for sure 2 full manis out of that. Or like, bring your bestie. Bring your friend. Even if you had 6 customers local in your area or 6 friends, if they brought a friend without calling it a party, let's just do our nails. Everybody buy a kit, $12.50 for a manicure. We could do different designs. So that might be an idea too, especially with that kit. So I was just kind of thinking about that.
That's a great idea. Okay, can I say one last thing about bookings and parties? I go for as many parties as I can get. Because in the month of September, I had a lot of parties. Like, it was my goal to have a certain number of parties. And I think I had 11. 2 of them never got any sales. They both stayed at 0. And so the reason I really went big for getting so many parties, is I wanted to look at that host to join special that they did. I was really hoping to work with that. But if I only had the one or the two and they were both at 0, I would be just like, I'm not getting any sales. But when I have several others that were getting sales, that was how I was able to have my high sales of 3,800 for September, was because I had so many parties. It was a little crazy. It was the start of the school year. I was like, what am I doing? But I was scheduling posts and I was doing the best I could, with that. But I just want to share that 2 of them stayed at 0. So that's why the more parties you book, the more chances are for that collective higher PV. And also don't get discouraged if you have a party at a 0. I have a lot of parties that stay at 0 or that might hit $34. So I always look at it as it's still practice, it's still making connections, it's still meeting people, it's still working with the hostess. So something good will come out of each of those. Okay, really quickly, this is amazing. This is awesome. When you go into your VO and you see those colored bars with important links, you will see all of the images that corporate gave us for beauty socials. It literally gives us the images and the exact verbiage to use. So if you want to screenshot this and follow these steps to find those images, I haven't used this yet. So my goal is to go in and set up my parties for October with this verbiage and with these graphics. And I think it's going to really save some time. I can schedule some posts, and I'm just going to have it all laid out thanks to corporate. And this is great for new stylists.
Yeah, I just use this, you guys. I didn't use the full template, and I already kind of have a party format anyway, but I used a lot of their graphics, even the how to file your nails, like you can see in the picture. And I've been calling mine workshops. It's just semantics, but
I like that.
Social workshops or beauty social workshops or beauty workshops. I loved putting some of their posts in for this like things that I would not think of. And I pretty much copied word for word on some of their posts, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. So now is the time. I mean, people had, I know Jen Sheet shared a texting kind of, it's a quick party. But there's all kinds of, I've heard, seen different texting ones, and we go back to the referral links. Like there's so many ways to have parties. I saw somebody say they've been discouraged. It does get discouraging. And especially you guys, I fall into the rut. If I'm doing the same party format, I know I'm bored, and I know that I'm not putting what I should be into the party because I'm just doing the same old thing. I'm kind of going through the motions. So challenge yourself to try something new, try a texting party, ask somebody, could we get in a group message? And, that's something I still haven't done. It's on my list. I haven't had anybody commit to it, but I was just talking with someone in Punta Cana, and it's all about her verbiage and how she kind of puts that out there to them is, how about we just do a quick 30-minute party and a message instead of worrying about a huge Facebook group that people feel like they have to belong to and be stuck in and blah, blah, blah. And it totally resonated with me. So, definitely use this stuff because there's a ton of it, but you could even use this in different formats. So yeah, I love it. I've used it and it's awesome.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Thanks for that texting reminder. Love it. Okay. We're almost done, you guys. Host coaching. This is huge. This is so important. So you're the stylist, you're working with your hostess. We need to coach them because they don't know what to do. Maybe they've never hosted a party. Maybe they've never even been in a party. They don't even know the first thing to do. So when you're working with the hostess, usually in Messenger, and coaching them up, you're telling them exactly what to do, and you can challenge them. I want to help you earn some freebies. We're going to work together. We're going to be an amazing team. We're going to do this together. We're going to be the dynamic duo, and challenge them to hit $500, 500 US dollars. And you can even offer some fun things to sweeten the pot. You could say, if you hit $500, I'm going to throw in a bonus pack of polish, whatever you have, whatever you want to share. Always encourage the host to get orders before the actual event kicks off. You know, if they can get some events or some orders at work, or if they have a neighborhood party, or they're hanging out with friends or family, or they're going out to dinner and they're going to see people, and they can get some orders before the event really even begins, that's going to start the party with a lot of momentum and excitement and more of a drive to hit that 500 or 650 Canadian. And then if they can even get 10 people in the group, I remember somebody shared with me years ago that 10 is kind of like that magic number, because I remember we were always going for $300 to qualify. So that was typically 8 people placing a buy 3 get 1 when it was just polish. And so if you want 8 people, or you're hoping for 8 to order, having 10 guests helps make that a little bit more of a reality versus having 4 or 5 people in the party. One of them's you, one of them's the hostess. So a lot of times what I say to the hostess is, as soon as we have 10 people in the group, I'll get the party started. So then I'll say something like, there's 7, we're so close, you know, and you're coaching them, you're almost giving them that excitement. And then beauty social booking before the event. You also want to encourage your hostess to book off of her party. So we have the booking credit, the $25 booking credit, and they can get up to 3 off of each party. So you definitely want to help them maximize all the rewards they could get. If I ever had a situation where there were more than 3 people, I would still take them up on it and find a way to give them something from my own stock if they wanted to book off of that. That'd be a really great problem to have. But you definitely want to get them thinking of bookings. And sometimes I'll say to them, do you know of any of your friends or family who would like to do what you're doing? And we can hook them up, and then you're going to get the booking credit. And one of my friends just had a party, and she got the lip balm from her $25 booking credit. So that was super fun to be able to have this to offer now. Okay, and then it says in the app, there are other resources for stylists if you want to check out the host coaching checklist, and then the host bingo challenges. There's all sorts of fun things to get the hostesses engaged and excited.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, share a message that she can send, share a post that she can,
Yes.
you know, get her invested in it, so that way she's helping you to get those bookings. I love a booking game, and I play them. I know we both do in our nail bars or beauty socials or whatever we're calling them. But I know that when she, again, like Dina said, you get $25. I have a hostess right now that loves the lipstick. So that's like 3 more lipsticks that she can get for free if her friends host without making a purchase. So make sure that you're sharing that, because that's definitely a huge bonus that sometimes definitely gets forgotten.
And then I wanted to piggyback off the tic-tac-toe. That is a great graphic. I'll find it and post it in Beautifully Polished, but it's a lot of fun when the hostess sees the challenge, and then you say, like, if you get a tic-tac-toe, you'll earn a prize. And they get super excited. It's just so much fun to do. Okay, so take action. This is something to screenshot as well. I'm going to do this myself. Commit to making 10 new connections weekly. That's the color 10. You know, social media or in person, however you're connecting with people, but meeting the keyword is new connections. Define and implement your white glove service, you know, your Chick-fil-A, my pleasure, no problem, sure thing, you know, whatever extra customer service you can provide, whether it's adding in thank you notes, whether it's the follow-up, maybe some people send out birthday cards, maybe some people do other fun little things. And then reach out and offer a 1-hour beauty social in the next 72 hours. That is a great challenge to get that going. I will be doing this as well, because I don't have a party to start this week. So I need to make that happen. My goal is always to get something strong to start my October or my new month, so I qualify in that first week. So this will help. Plus with today's launch and tomorrow's, that would be great to use for this 1-hour beauty social. And that could even be the Halloween do-it-yourself. And then lastly, book and hold a 1-hour beauty social in October. Whether, like Amanda said, that's a texting one or a Zoom or Facebook Live, whatever it might be, the 1 hour beauty social is great.
Yeah, and
So
just
does
to go back to, remember, you know, if booking parties sometimes can feel overwhelming, commit to reaching out to 3 new people. Commit to reaching out to 3 VIPers or 3 people you've never shared Color Street with if you're newer. You know, start small and do something every day to move your business forward. I know we always talk about consistency, and it's so important. So if you're not touching your business every day and it's something that you have real goals for, that you want, I mean, you're here, right? We always say those who show up go up. You're here in the meeting, or you're watching this on replay. And so you want to do something with your business. So doing the little things, well, I mean, that's the new connections piece. And then you can think about that part of that's going to be that white glove service. And then you're going to get to the point where you're going to be able to ask them, you know, would you be interested in earning this for free? And Dar just said in the comments, that's a great point. Our newer products that are more expensive, that aren't part of a deal, like a buy 3, get 1, like our, you know, all of our lip products aren't, that's great that they know that they can get those at a discounted price in a nail bar. So or a beauty social, I'll get it down at one point. But that's a great point, Dar. I absolutely love that.
So true. Yay. Do you guys have any questions? We were hoping to get this done short and sweet, which is great because everyone's super busy. Is there anything that we can help with as we're wrapping up? Anyone have a quick question or two?
Or an idea
Or anything
that
you want to share?
Yeah. Ideas, anything.
Okay,
Dina,
hopefully it was
so
helpful.
hold on, Dina, we got to do a little more wait time. We're teachers.
Do you guys want to take it off the share screen thing mode?
Yes.
Oh, good idea.
Was that your input, Dar? Or you got something to share?
No, nope. I think I shared enough.
No, I love it. I love seeing it.
No, and it was all super valuable. It was amazing. The biggest thing is continuing to try new things, putting yourself out there. Like Amanda said, those who show up, go up. Learners are earners. Constantly looking to see what other people are doing to get new ideas. You know, whether you're brand new or you're like us and you've been around 5 years, there's always something new to try. Personally, I'm obsessed with Connect the Dots. I do listen to a Connect the Dots every single day. If you've never had the chance to listen to a Connect the Dots, it's invaluable. It's like a good 15 minutes that can just keep you in the right mindset. And there's a search at the top where you can search bookings, hostess coaching, vendor events, follow-up, any of the things that we've talked about. You can do that search and get even more information.
Can I share like a little hack that I don't know if everybody knows about? So you just reminded me, I think you said it, Dina, that you said you had somebody use their previous booking credit for lip balm. Was that you who said that? Okay. And then it reminded me and I was like, oh shoot, I need to do something. So like I will sometimes get parties booked that it's just me reaching out, right, and getting a party. So that person's party isn't booked from someone else's, if that makes sense, right? But I'll go into like an open party that I currently have going, and I'll book that party off of someone else's party so that when the second party reaches 300, it'll populate the create previous host order. But because those 2 hosts don't know each other, I can go in and place that order and have it sent to me. And then that's what I use for giveaways. So like I just said I was going to do a raffle in my VIP group for a tinted lip balm. So I had like a party that had just hit 300 today that I had booked off of someone else's party. And I was able to go in just now and create the previous hostess order for that. And then now I have the lip balm that I just got for free that I can use as a giveaway. So I don't know if everybody knows that that's like possible for us to do. So it's kind of like us hosting a party, but it's so that that previous host credit like doesn't go to waste, if that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse everybody.
No, not at all. That is an awesome idea. I think we're good. Oh, confused. Vicky, she's just saying a person who currently has a party link open and still has a party link open, and you reach out to somebody and they want to book a party, you just link it to a current party that's open, even though they don't know each other. That's all she's saying. So instead of just going in and just hitting to open up a new party link, basically you go to a current party, even though they don't know each other, you go ahead, and that way, if that new party hits 300, then there will be some credit available for you or for someone that you could gift that to, or something like that. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So, okay. The only danger I think in that is that they get the email about the order. So you know that, Haley, right?
I do know that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I basically,
Yeah.
they will, which is stupid because we put in our own email for it, but they'll get the email and they'll be like, what is this? And I usually just
it
tell
looks
them,
like an
oh,
order.
yeah. And I usually just like, I don't want to explain the whole thing, but I just say, oh yeah, I ended up placing an order under your party or whatever, and it's coming to me. And that's what that email is. So
yeah. So just FYI, because I don't want you to, get caught off guard. But okay, thank you, Dina, for doing this with me. And we miss Debbie, of course. Thank you guys for hopping on, and share this with some of your teammates, or even just a takeaway or two. We would absolutely, love for some of this information. Like I said, a lot of this came from corporate. We just tweaked it a little bit, and it's definitely, I think, some best practice stuff, because again, we are launching into the best season, and I know I want to maximize it for Jamaica points. I want to maximize it for my own income, because obviously, things are expensive, as we all know right now. So, all right. Oh, thank you. Yes, I've done that. This is an old one, but these are goals. So sometimes I'll do a goal board like that. And then when I meet the goal, then I go ahead and take it off the board. So if somebody was looking at my board behind me. So, all right, we'll see you guys later. We're going to go ahead and end the meeting, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you.